Michaela Schifrin, the winningest skier in history.
It doesn't matter how many wins or whatever, it's just go for it.
Schifrin has made history.
Tonight, we celebrate the greatest movies of the year. And tomorrow morning, buckle up, America, because the best team is flying at you with the best after party.
Tomorrow on Good Morning America.
This is your captain speaking.
And there's no way she'd stick around if she knew the truth. I'm a criminal.
This is too dangerous.
Let's rock.
ABC 36 on your side.
Celebrate spring in Mount Sterling this Friday and Saturday at the Mount Sterling Merchants Spring Open House. Special sales on all new spring merchandise from dozens of friendly, locally owned businesses throughout Mount Sterling. Meet the Easter Bunny 11 to 1 at Main Street Park, and Irish dancing begins at 1 p.m. It's a spring celebration, Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4 during the Mount Sterling Merchants Spring Open House. Just minutes from Lexington, I-64 exit 110. Visit mountsterlingtourism.com.
Coming up, we hear from tenants in Winchester who may soon be homeless after the historic storms left their apartment complex without power.
Plus, a man is arrested after allegedly firing shots last night in Lexington.
I'm Chief Meteorologist T.J. Shuck. Of course, dreary and chilly on this Sunday across central and eastern Kentucky. And as we kick off the week tomorrow, could even see a few flakes flying around with highs in the 30s. Your Storm Team forecast is coming up.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side. News at 11.
Good evening, and thanks for staying up late with us after the Oscars. I'm Erica Bivens.
And I'm Paxton Boyd. Thanks for joining us. We begin with developing news tonight. Human remains found on Northern Kentucky University's campus this afternoon.
NKU officials say the Northern Kentucky University Police Department got a call just before 12:30 p.m. from a bystander on campus for soccer activities. While walking behind the stadium, the bystander saw decomposed human remains in a wooded area nearby.
Officials say the Campbell County Special Response Team has been called in to assist. The coroner was also on scene just before 3 p.m. Officials say the situation does not pose a danger to campus and that an initial investigation does not suggest foul play was involved. Highland Heights Police, the NKU Police Department, and Campbell County Special Incident Response Team are investigating. Well, now to our top story tonight. It's been more than a week since storms swept through the area, leaving thousands of homes without power for several days.
In Winchester, tenants at one apartment complex are still waiting for their power to be restored. But it doesn't stop there. They say they could soon be homeless. ABC 36's Justin Walker is on your side. He spoke with those tenants and has more.
Tenants here at College Park Apartments have had to stay in their apartments without electricity since storms swept through the area March 3rd. And now they have less than 2 weeks to get out after this notice to vacate was left on their door. 8-year-old Cole Boyd and his mother Tristan are tenants at the complex. Cole has autism and is used to a routine. When the electricity went out, the Boyds were left with no choice but to find another place to stay. Though Tristan says she thought it would only be temporary, now she's not so sure.
Getting him out of his routine has been horrible because everything is with routine. And it's been everything's out of whack. I'm not sure how long the motel is going to last because that was just a short time until we get back in our apartment. And now we don't have an apartment to come back to.
They're just one of about 20 families living at the College Park Apartments who are now on the verge of homelessness. Carrie Morris and her son have stayed at their apartment since the electricity went out, in the cold and in the dark. Morris says it's been unbearable.
It's crazy. We've been without power, without heat. I mean, I live paycheck to paycheck. I had paid my rent, so I have no money to go anywhere. So I've been staying in the cold, dark apartment.
Tenants say during the storms, a tree fell onto the power lines and damaged the power supply.
Yeah, we're tenants, but we're people. Just because we have to rent or choose to rent doesn't mean they can treat us like trash.
Reggie Davis says the landlord told him it would be fixed. But now, more than a week later, no progress has been made.
You're laying in a bed and you're seeing your own breath. You know, you might as well be outside laying on this concrete.
And now, with potentially only 12 days left until they have to vacate, tenants aren't so sure what to do. We reached out to the College Park Apartments attorney, but have not heard back at this time. In Winchester, Justin Walker, ABC 36, on your side.
All right, let's talk some weather now with our chief meteorologist, T.G. Shuck. Rainy evening tonight before we kick off, this next week here that we have coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Not the best way to finish out the weekend. And in fact, this evening, we've had some fog and a little bit of mist here and there. You see on our Max HC radar, a bit of activity to the east, and we've got another frontal boundary that's going to bring a reinforcing shot of some chilly air and maybe even a few flurries, especially here in the Bluegrass as we head toward daybreak. You can see the misty air and, of course, the cloud deck's pretty low. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HC Camera Network, Hicks and Funson Cam, we've been hanging at 39 really for the entire evening. A bit of a northwest wind, very light, and that's the way it will stay. Temperatures across the area into the 30s, still 40 over in Frankfurt. Once that boundary sweeps through, we should make a run down toward the freezing mark tomorrow morning. And again, with enough moisture, a few flurries, flakes flying around in the morning, and then possibly tomorrow afternoon. And notice we are going to struggle to even get out of the mid to upper 30s, so a little payback after the unseasonably mild winter we have seen. And speaking of course, a lot of the vegetation already budding and in bloom, and that's going to be a little problematic as we are looking at a couple of mornings where we could see a hard freeze into the midweek. I'll tell you about that and another quick warm-up. That's in your 7-day in just a few.
Tonight was a night people all over the country, especially basketball fans, have been waiting for. The University of Kentucky will make their record 60th appearance in the NCAA tournament. That will be Friday night. The Cats were selected as the 6th seed in the East region. Kentucky will play their first-round game in Greensboro, North Carolina, and face the number 11 seed, the Providence Friars. Providence lost to Connecticut in the quarterfinals of the Big East tournament and finished their season at 21-11. The team sat at Coach Calipari's house and watched the announcement along with the media, and Coach Cal is excited to get back in the big dance.
There's excitement. You could tell. Everybody's juiced. Everybody's 0-0. All these records mean nothing now. Everybody is 0-0. You take care of what's in front of you. You stay in the moment. You enjoy this together.
Well, they were all very excited tonight. We will have more from the players and coach coming up in sports.
Lexington police have arrested a man in connection with a shooting last night. Police say the incident happened just after 9:30 on Saturday when officers responded to a call about a man with a weapon at a speedway on North Broadway Street. They say the suspect, Antonio Taylor, allegedly fired a gun outside the speedway. Police were able to make contact with Taylor nearby and arrest him. He's been charged with wanton endangerment, receiving stolen property, and tampering with physical evidence. Police say there have been no reports of any injuries or damages from the incident.
A Louisville police firearms instructor has been placed on administrative leave after accidentally shooting a recruit during a training exercise. Louisville police say it happened on Friday and appeared to be accidental, but that it was a, quote, serious training failure and is swiftly being addressed, end quote. According to police, the recruit was wearing a bulletproof vest and appeared to only have minor injuries, but was taken to the hospital just as a precaution. Police continue to investigate.
Well, Alltech Arena has been home to lots of artists and vendors over the weekend for the 40th annual Kentucky Crafted Market.
This was really an awesome event, and that featured around 120 artists from all across the state, using a variety of materials to create their own art, including stone, wood, paint, even beeswax. 12 musical acts performed through the weekend on stage. There were also food vendors and hands-on activities.
You'll find a variety of mediums here at the market. There's a lot of, I like to say, there's a lot of, gee, I've never seen that before moments that somebody will have coming here.
I don't really know what my pieces are going to be when I start, so being able to dive in and just let my hands work with the form and let it come out is the most exciting. You never really know.
Well, the market also accepted donations for the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund.
I bought a lot of coffee, that's for sure.
I bet. Well, still to come, we now know the cause of death for a child kidnapped in Ohio back in December.
Plus, 8 people reportedly dead after 2 boats capsized near San Diego. We'll have the details in our Nation View.
Well, a dreary finish to the weekend here in central and eastern Kentucky, especially with some foggy conditions and mist overnight. We're going to be dealing with that tomorrow morning, and even a few flakes potentially flying around. Your Storm Team forecast coming up after the break.
Today on Mom to Mom, we are making a pudding fit for St. Patrick. We love celebrating St. Patrick's Day in our house, and this is a new tradition that we've just recently picked up. We have a St. Patrick's Day pudding snack the day of St. Patrick's Day. And it's really, really easy to make. All you need is some vanilla pudding, your Lucky Charms, some sprinkles, some whipped cream, some green gel, and of course milk, a bowl, stuff to put your pudding in, and some clear cups. So if you're ready, let's put this together and then serve it up to our kids. All right, so first what you're gonna wanna do is make your pudding. It's really easy, you get the instant kind. Just follow the instructions on the box. Once you have your pudding made up, you're gonna stick your green coloring gel. I like the gel better. Mix it up however green you want it. The more you put in, of course, it's gonna be a lot greener. So what we're gonna do is we're going to put some Lucky Charms in the bottom of our clear cup, just a little bit. Then you're gonna take the pudding and just put it right on top of that. Then you're gonna stick some more Lucky Charms on top of the pudding, and then you're gonna put your whipped cream on top of that, and then the sprinkles. Once you're done, you can hand it to the kiddos and enjoy this fun St. Patrick's Day treat. If you have any wonderful ideas, you can message us on our Facebook page, and we'll see you on the next Mom to Mom.
You're invited to come be our guest this Sunday at Southland. For service times and campus locations, head over to our website at southland.church. We'll see you soon.
I have previously represented some of the nation's largest insurance companies and trucking companies. In June of 2022, we obtained a jury verdict of over $3 million in a medical malpractice case. We did the same thing in July of 2022. We handled the largest medical malpractice, nursing home, and trucking claims, as well as the smallest motor vehicle accidents. We believe you should choose your attorney based upon trial experience and jury verdict results in the state of Kentucky. Call Golden Law Office today.
Hi, this is Todd with Haas & Haas Properties, and we buy houses for cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call us at 859-888-2200. We can pay cash and close in as little as 10 days. We buy houses in any condition and any price range in Fayette and surrounding counties. If you own property and want to sell it fast, call us today at 859-888-2200. That's 859-888-2200.
ABC 36 on your side.
You came in after work, it's the only time you can. Savory steak and bacon, grilled cheese, sounds like a great plan. Wow, kids online are really mean. Sonic steak and bacon, grilled cheese.
Sonic.
Have you noticed yourself or a loved one experiencing a decrease in positivity? Someone who yearns to be happy but just can't seem to get there on their own? It might be time to make an appointment at Bluegrass Ketamine Center. Sit back and relax as our technicians do the work. We'll have you fill out some paperwork, and then you're on your way to a better you. Ketamine offers benefits such as a more positive mood and overall improvement of a patient's quality of life. Peace is not out of reach. Rediscover your peace at Bluegrass Ketamine Center.
Sonic has treats under $2 and under $3. Because cravings come in different sizes, just like pants. Except you don't eat pants. Sonic under $2 and $3 craves.
Sonic.
When you watch ABC 36 News, you'll see a difference.
Protecting you from severe weather without the hype.
We're your friends and neighbors, and we are on your side.
ABC 36, we're on your side.
ABC 36 36. Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck is in. He is on your side, even though the temperatures perhaps may not be so much.
Yeah, I was going to say Mother Nature's
Or the clock. It's getting pretty late.
I know. Good night,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. What a way to finish out the weekend with the cloudy, dreary conditions. And we are looking at a cold Monday with even a few flakes around, not only around daybreak tomorrow, but as the day wears on. I mentioned this in First Weather, a hard freeze that's going to threaten some of the early blooms that we are seeing across the area. Couple of mornings, Tuesday morning and especially Wednesday morning, could be a little problematic. And we're going to obviously be dealing with that for probably another month or so here before we really get out of the threatening hard freeze and cold. And our next chance of rain coming up on Friday for St. Patrick's Day. Max HD radar and satellite here. You could see a few little returns in eastern Kentucky and here just west of the I-65 corridor in southern Indiana. That's right on the nose of a boundary that's going to sweep through and bring a reinforcing shot of some chilly air, in addition to maybe initially a few sprinkles that eventually will change over to a few flurries, I think, especially as we head toward daybreak tomorrow. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HD camera network. Checking out Richmond EKU. Again, it's a bit on the foggy side in spots. Notice how the temperature and the dew point temperature are the same. That means 100% humidity and the fog around. It's got a little thick in spots. Temperatures, of course, with the low clouds and the low-level moisture have not moved at all. We have been hanging in the mid to upper 30s, and it is slightly colder back here to the northwest. That'll be coming our way. Day like today, you don't have a big span between the early morning low and the afternoon high. In fact, that 41, that came early this morning, 35 for the low. Ironically, that's right on par for our average low, up to 55 now. And, of course, with the time change earlier today, we had that later sunset, roughly 7:45 or so. That'll be the case this week. There's that boundary, and back behind it, a northwest wind, and you're going to feel it tomorrow. We'll have gusts 20 to 25. There's that little batch of moisture in here around daybreak tomorrow, and then with that northwest wind, some clouds, temperatures will really, I think, struggle to even get into the mid to upper 30s, and it's going to feel colder than that. I think at times we'll see our feel likes down into the 20s, so not unprecedented or unusual for March, even this time in March, but given how things were in January and February, you're going to feel it. Heading into Tuesday, we'll go partly cloudy, still cool, but as the high settles in, notice how we jump to 51, and then on the backside of it, we're going to see that return flow. So temperatures will jump up fairly quickly as we roll into Thursday and Friday. There's your wet weather on St. Patrick's Day, and the roller coaster ride looks to continue. Once we end the rain, you'll see temperatures bouncing around here, so we get really chilly, especially tomorrow into Tuesday. That will relax out, and then we'll see some milder air begin to build back in, and that's going to mean temperatures back into the 60s. So roughly around the freezing mark in the morning, cloudy, a few flurries, seeing a few flakes flying around 37. Throw in that west wind, 10 to 15, gusting to 25. It'll feel colder than that. And the extended forecast here, look at the recovery, 62, and maybe a rumble of thunder or two, mainly just a rain event on St. Patrick's Day. And then yet again, more cold air headed our way next weekend.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Kroger, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Coal powers Kentucky.
But coal-fired power plants are being shut down by Joe Biden, and politicians like Daniel Cameron are doing nothing to stop it.
I'm supporting Kelly Craft because she stands with Kentucky Coal.
That powers my small business.
She will fight to keep my energy bills down.
The conservative leader on energy, she'll fight for us.
From down here
to up here
and across Kentucky.
I'm standing with
Kelly Craft.
Attention homeowners, it's February at Comfort Heating and Air. Now is the perfect time to replace that old inefficient HVAC system with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system from Comfort. For a limited time, you'll receive a free furnace with select new cooling systems, plus a free Nest thermostat. Call now for your free consultation or second opinion. Expert technicians and guaranteed service makes Comfort Heating and Air your best bet. Call 859-266-3678 to schedule your appointment.
When you watch ABC 36 News, you'll see a difference.
We're your friends and neighbors, and we are on your side.
Our approach to news puts you first.
We are ABC 36 News on your side.
Protecting you from severe weather without the hype.
We live and breathe solid blue sports.
We're on your side.
We are on your side.
On your side.
On your side.
ABC 36, we're on your side.
At Kroger, we want our produce to exceed your fresh expectations. We promise it's 100% fresh or you'll get 100% refund, guaranteed. So no matter how you shop, rest assured you're getting the best of fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Watch ABC 36 every Friday night for Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shucks' Bow Tie Friday Forecast. Brought to you by Stuart Mercer. Watching ABC 36 on your side. News at 11.
At least 8 people have died after 2 boats capsized near San Diego's Black Beach.
Authorities believe the boats may be related to human smuggling. Here's DeMarco Morgan with the details.
The San Diego Fire Rescue Department says it began receiving calls about 2 Ponga fishing boats that had capsized late Saturday evening.
One boat carrying 8 people made it to the beach. One of the occupants of that boat called 911 stating that the other boat with 15 on board.
We went to Black's Beach. We launched the Coast Guard helicopter and a Coast Guard small boat.
Authorities say a woman called 911 and said she was on one of the boats.
That person reported that there were approximately 15 people and 8 people on 2 vessels that had overturned at Torrey Pines City Beach in San Diego.
The lifeguard dispatcher used the GPS data from the caller's phone to locate the scene, according to authorities.
When lifeguards arrived on scene, we arrived in rescue mode. We did the best we could to recover people from the water, try and find survivors. And the lifeguards, after about an hour of searching and recovering bodies, we were in recovery mode.
It is unclear what caused the boats to capsize, but authorities said fog, rough surf, and pitch black conditions likely contributed.
This is the one of the worst maritime smuggling tragedies that I can think of in California, certainly here in the city of San Diego.
Border Patrol says they will continue to work with officials in Mexico as they investigate this tragedy. DeMarco Morgan, ABC News, Los Angeles.
An Ohio coroner has released an autopsy report on an infant who was kidnapped last December but died in January. 6-month-old Kyer Thomas died January 28th, a little over a month after he and his twin brother Kaysen were allegedly kidnapped in Columbus while their mother was picking up a food order. Kaysen was found inside of the stolen car. Kyer was later found abandoned near the Dayton airport. The newly released autopsy ruled that Kyer's death was from sudden, unexplained infant death after he was placed face down on an adult bed with excess bedding and pillows unsupervised. The examination revealed no evidence of trauma, foul play, abuse, or neglect, according to the coroner's office. Columbus police say the suspect, 24-year-old Nyla Jackson, was taken into custody and is now facing state and federal charges for the alleged kidnapping.
Well, the U.S. government is offering extra pay to Silicon Valley Bank employees. The FDIC reportedly offering employees of the collapsed tech lender 45 days of employment and 1.5 times their salary. An FDIC official says it's standard practice and one of the first steps the independent government agency takes after being named receiver. Silicon Valley Bank collapsed Friday after failing to raise enough money to end its capital crisis. It marks the largest closure of a U.S. bank since 2008. The FDIC said all insured depositors will have full access to their insured deposits by no later than Monday morning. Uninsured depositors will get an advanced dividend within the next week. Now, stay with us. We'll have Jeff Pecorio coming up next with sports.
ABC 36 on your side.
this dynamic is invite only. Fortunately, you're invited. Experience the exhilaration of the performance line at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
If you've had a classic Reuben before, then Arby's Reuben will taste quite familiar. But if you haven't, man, oh man, are you in for a wild ride. Arby's, we have the meats.
I'm Brandon Rivard. For nearly 40 years, we at Rivard Fine Jewelry have dedicated ourselves to providing our customers with an unforgettable shopping experience. We welcome you to visit our newly renovated showroom, where you'll find the largest selection of designer engagement rings and handcrafted gemstone and diamond jewelry in Central Kentucky. We also specialize in certified mined and lab-grown diamonds at the absolute best price. No matter the occasion, our skilled team will help you experience the brilliance you deserve at Rivard Fine Jewelry. Nobody does I do like we do.
I'm Abby Horn, Community Liaison for Kenwood and Madison Health and Rehabilitation, and we are so excited to say welcome back to our friends and families. We love welcoming new seniors to our homes and employees to our work family. We are also looking for medical professionals to join our team. Drop by Kenwood or Madison Health and Rehab today for information regarding open positions. Check us out online at kenwoodhealthandrehabilitation.com or madisonhealthcenter.com or find us on Facebook.
K-A-T-S, cats, cats, cats.
Is your heating and cooling system under warranty? You may want to read the fine print before you say yes. Most manufacturers require an annual maintenance to keep the extended warranty. CATS is here to keep your systems running smoothly and keep them in warranty year after year. We're so proud of our personal service. We see you as our neighbor, not just a number. CATS Heating and Cooling proudly carries day and night HVAC products.
K-A-T-S, cats, cats, cats.
Call us today to schedule your annual maintenance.
Presented by a grateful nation for distinguished service. This very ornate sword is a standout at the Kentucky Military History Museum. The story behind the Kentuckian who it was presented to now.
Visitors to the Kentucky Historical Society, particularly to the Kentucky Military History Museum, will hear one of the fascinating stories of Major General William O. Butler. Now, Butler served in the Kentucky Congress and even in the U.S. Congress, but what he's probably most known for is his service and valor during the War of 1812 and the Mexican War. Now, during the Mexican War, he served as second in command to Zachary Taylor, another famous Kentuckian. So Butler is known for his service in the Battle of Monterey, where he storms the city and street-to-street fighting ensues. Butler himself is even injured, but this is a great turning point in the battle. Because of Butler's efforts during the war, the U.S. Congress present him with this presentation sword. In fact, visitors coming to the Military History Museum will notice that in the sword itself is engraved an eagle and storming of Monterey to recount his heroic efforts that happened during the battle. This is a beautiful sword. It's got this ornate hilt, even has a ruby in it, very, very fine carvings in it. We also have equally as stunning is the scabbard that the sword goes into. They would then take that beautiful piece and place it in this deerskin leather before it would go into this fine walnut case. So Butler is born in Jessamine County, serves during the Mexican War and the War of 1812, and like many people of his time, uses this popularity as a veteran to run for political office. So his time in the Kentucky legislature and U.S. Congress even is on the ticket for vice president, ironically running against his former commander-in-chief, General Zachary Taylor. This sword just stands out. We have beautiful and wonderful artifacts, but this is a gold presentation sword in a case. We're very lucky to have this at the Kentucky Historical Society.
To learn more, visit us at history.ky.gov. From the Kentucky History Center and Museums in downtown Frankfort, I'm Doug High.
Question: should you use a buy and hold or active investment approach? This is Lawrence York with Proactive Advisors. The answer is active risk management, because as losses get bigger, the gain needed to recover increases at an increasing rate. If you have a $250,000 loss and you had $500,000, you lost 50%. But to get back from $250 to $500 requires 100% gain. Risk needs to be managed. Call us.
Big news. Right now at Spectrum Mobile, unlimited is just $29.99 a month. And write this down. Your next line is free. This will be on the pop quiz. Questions?
That's not on the quiz.
Should be.
Yep.
You, sir.
He picks up 2 before he's pushed out of bounds.
Or to rephrase it, you get nationwide 5G for just $29.99, and your next line is free. What I'm saying is, Spectrum Mobile's coming at you with a big old $29.99 a month, and your next line is free. Over. Can I do the thing with the...
No.
Or you could say you get reliable coast-to-coast coverage for only $29.99. Your next line is free. Or you could say you get unlimited for $29.99. And I hope you guys are writing this down. You get reliable coast-to-coast coverage for only $29.99. And your next line is free. And your next line is free. 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 And your next line's free. Get unlimited for $29.99 a month, and your next line is free for 12 months. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
One of the most difficult decisions families make is the decision to put a loved one in the nursing home. Adding to that stress, nursing homes often make families sign large admission packets before admitting their loved one. These admission packets may contain arbitration agreements. An arbitration agreement takes away your loved one's constitutional right to a jury trial. Nursing homes cannot force you to sign such an agreement. Know your loved one's rights. Call Golden Law Office today.
ABC 36 Solid Blue Sports Report is brought to you by UK Federal Credit Union.
Well, the NCAA tournament field is set, and the Wildcats will play in the East Region on Friday night in Greensboro, North Carolina. The opponent is from the Big East, and it's Providence. The Friars finished the year at 21-11. They lost to Connecticut in the Big East tournament. UK is the 6th seed, and the Friars are the 11th seed. The Cats are set to play Providence for the 4th time in program history and the first time in the NCAA tournament. The game is set for Friday night at 7:10. After their early exit from the SEC tournament, the players can't wait to get in the action in the big dance.
So, it's awesome. As a kid, you dream of playing in the NCAA tournament, and it's not easy to make it. And we're one of the teams that's in, competing for the same thing everyone's competing for. So it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of ups and downs this season. So for us to be in the tournament, have a seed, and like you said, everybody dreams of playing at this time of the year, and the fact that we could do that, we're grateful.
Well, the Wildcats will face a familiar foe in Providence swingman Bryce Hopkins. Remember him? The one-time Wildcat. He leads the Friars in scoring. He's been mentioned as a Player of the Year candidate in the Big East. He averages 16.1 points a game, 8.5 rebounds. He's shooting 46% from the field. He feels the shackles have been released in Providence, and he's able to play his style of basketball. He said last year at UK, he was not a robot and just didn't fit the Wildcat system. His former teammates have nothing but respect for Bryce, and once a Wildcat, they say you're always a Wildcat.
Even though he transferred, that he still has that bond with us. That's our brother for life, and obviously he had a really good year. I'm a fan of him, and the things that he did at Providence, is doing at Providence, and happy for him.
Well, that's it for sports. Stay with us. We'll be back with more right after this.
Ashley's Orange event is happening for 3 days only. Friday through Sunday only. Save 30% off store-wide. Plus, shop hot deals starting at $1.99. Don't miss it. Friday through Sunday only at Ashley.
Careful not over torque for if destroy railing. Who writes this stuff?
Hi, honey. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. Really good.
It might be difficult to understand what you got yourself into when the box says some assembly required. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Should be ready by the time she's in high school. Yeah.
After a busy morning, this DQ breakfast bowl lets me take a moment all to myself. So I'd like to take a moment to recognize you, DQ breakfast bowl. Somehow you fit all my breakfast favorites all in one convenient bowl. Warm, fluffy eggs, hash browns, sausage, cheese, and grilled onions. nestled in a hearty bowl topped with my choice of savory gravy or zesty salsa. Oh, we should all be so selfless and delicious. DQ, happy tastes good.
Hi, this is Todd with Haas & Haas Properties, and we buy houses for cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call us at 859-888-2200. We can pay cash and close in as little as 10 days. We buy houses in any condition and any price range in Fayette and surrounding counties. If you own property and want to sell it fast, call us today at 859-888-2200. That's 859-888-2200.
Ashley's Orange event is happening for 3 days only. Friday through Sunday only. Save 30% off store-wide. Plus, shop hot deals starting at $1.99. Don't miss it. Friday through Sunday only at Ashley.
You're invited to come be our guest this Sunday at Southland. For service times and campus locations, head over to our website at southland.church.
Everything else is... And there's a Kentucky Lottery scratch and forecast. Now, it is after midnight, so of course we skip ahead to Tuesday. Later on today, it'll be upper 30s, and then we'll look at the recovery. We're into the low 60s by Thursday.
Way to conveniently leave Monday out of there.
We're still trying to catch up on the spring forward thing.